What's going on, everyone? This is EK1 Gaming here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the brand new exotic items released today in the PTS. Now, a quick disclaimer, of course all of these items could be changed by the time TU10 releases. This is a public test server, meaning that we are testing these items and they are open to change. So basically what you're going to see is the items that we have as of the first day of PTS Phase 1. So they could change Phase 2 and could change before TU10. The first one I'm going to choose to cover is the Mantis. Now, this is a marksman rifle with a high base damage. If you think about it, for a marksman rifle, 748k is pretty good, with a rate of fire of 60 and a magazine size of 7. The attachments on this are 7% headshot damage, 10% stability, 35% headshot damage, and 10% reload speed. Now, I didn't get this perfectly rolled, but it's pretty much there where it should be. It's got crit chance, headshot damage, and marksman rifle damage on there as well. Now, the talent that's exclusive to this weapon is called In Plain Sight. So your scoped view displays additional information about enemies not targeting you. Headshot and weak point damage against enemies not targeting you amplified by 50%. I'm sure that's meant to say is amplified by 50%. So basically what that means is when somebody's not targeting you, they're not shooting at you, your damage to their head and to their weak points is increased by 50%. Now, when you aim down sight, which I'm going to show you now, you basically see a red circle around their heads, making it easier for you to actually hit the headshots. Headshot kills reset the cooldown of decoy skill. So basically, if you're using decoy with this and you're on cooldown, not if your decoy's out, but you have to have it on cooldown, if you kill someone with a headshot, it will reset the decoy skill automatically for you. I've got to say that the weapon looks pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. It's a beast of a weapon. Currently on this build, I've got it up to 271% headshot damage, which is pretty high, I'd say, in terms of a marksman rifle. But yeah, it looks incredible. Let's just take a moment to admire how much work has gone into this gun. Fantastic gun. I used it today on stream for a while. It does hit hard. It's worth using if you're using it in the right situation. So now let's take a look at the raid exclusive rifle. Now, this rifle, I was using it today on the stream as well, and it's pretty good. I had so much fun with this rifle, and I actually probably will use it in the game if it stays the way it is. Now, the rifle rolled terrible stats for me. I just couldn't be bothered to go and re-roll it. But the total damage on this build, which is my rifle build, is 254k. The rate of fire, 240. And the magazine size, 60 rounds, which is incredible. Technically 62 because you have 2 barrels on this gun. So if I switch the gun around for you guys, you have 2 barrels on the front of the gun, and it fires both barrels at the same time. Again, the artwork into the gun is amazing. The detail in the design of these weapons is incredible. So going into the actual talent, it's basically on trigger pull, fires both barrels at once. When fired from the right shoulder, hits add offensive primers and defensive primers when fired from the left shoulder. So when you've got it on the right shoulder, it adds a offensive primer, left shoulder, defensive primer. So hits from one shoulder will detonate all of the opposite shoulder's primers when present. I'll show you how this works in a second. When detonated, each offensive primer deals 100% weapon damage, while each defensive primer grants 4% bonus armor and 10% amplified damage to armor plates. So, when detonates, offensive primer deals 100% more weapon damage. When the defensive primer grants 4% bonus armor, 10% amplified damage to armor plates for 5 seconds. And then it says primer effectiveness is double at 10 stacks. So it's doubled at 10 stacks. So when you get 10 stacks, you're doubling it up. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by this now. So we're going to just do this. So this is the right shoulder. So you'll see stacks. You see those stacks there? When you now switch to the left shoulder and shoot, it will explode. I'll try and do it so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then switch. Ready? Explosion. So the explosion does like 3 million. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, reload. 5. The next one should be explosion, but of course it's because it's a new target. It doesn't. Or you can literally just go 1, explode. 2, explode. You can literally just spam that button like this. Let's just spam it, see how many shots we get. So you'll constantly get those explosions. It hits quite well for a rifle that fires so fast. If you just look at how fast you can fire this rifle. It's amazing. It's to me, this is kind of good the way it is. It's very good the way it is, and it doesn't need changing, in my opinion. That's my opinion, of course. Other people may have different opinions on this rifle. Now let's move on to the next gun in this category, and that is the new exotic pistol. This again is going to be locked behind the raid, and it's called the Regulus. And I've got to tell you, I had a lot of fun using this weapon. I really did, especially with my pistol or shield build. So the total damage on this one is 666. Sadistic! And the rate of fire is 160. The mag size is a bit low because it doesn't do that much damage to be able to take you out that quick. But bear in mind that my build is not optimized for pistols because I never really use pistols in game at all. On this, I rolled 10% pistol damage and damage to armor as an attribute. Now, the talent on this one is Regicide. Headshot kills create a 5-meter explosion, dealing 400% weapon damage and applying bleed to all enemies hit, which is pretty cool. I'm going to show you that in a second. Now, we're going to go for the stats on the actual, the mods is engraved muzzle, and you get 5% crit damage. And then you get 10% reload speed. There's no other mods available for this weapon. Now, let's put this on we'll just put it on medium for now. It doesn't really matter. We're just going to kill with a headshot. You see? You see the damage it's done to everyone? Let's put it on very hard so you guys can see it better. Bearing in mind, this is not optimized build. This is not a pistol optimized build. I mean, you can see that the damage, I mean, it works, right? It works. And by the looks of it, there's actually no cooldown on it. So when you do the weapon damage for the headshots, you can actually headshot again and again and again, and it will just keep stacking. I don't know if that's purposely done like that. Missed about 10 headshots. I don't know if it's purposely done like that, but I think that will be changed. I think it will be like a cooldown on it. Because look, you can just kind of wait for it to get low and then explode. So that's pretty cool. You know, I like this pistol, especially with like a Douglas and Harding build. You know, with the pistol damage. You can of course use your claws out, etc. So that is a very good pistol to use. Is it as good as the Liberty? I don't know. I don't know, because this has a great talent, especially for PvE. PvP, it didn't work that great, because how often really do you finish people with a headshot like that? Because it's quite fast moving, and the way PvP is in the PTS is a little bit crazy. But we'll get into that in tomorrow's video. So, last but not least, we are going to look at the new exotic mask. Now, this comes as a surprise to me. I didn't realize that there was a new mask, but that might have been me just overlooking things. But this mask is called Vile. And it's related to like a status effect kind of build. Now, I rolled this with skill tier. Status effect hazard protection. Status effect is obviously going to be important for this mask. It does have a mod slot on it, so you can mod however you please. And the talent on it is actually very interesting. It's called Toxic Delivery. Status effects also apply a damage over time debuff for 10 seconds. Total damage dealt is equal to 50% of your concussion grenade. And increased by your status effect attribute. So the higher your status effect is, the more damage is dealt over that debuff. So for example, we're just gonna chuck out the Stinger Hive, and you will see the damage just stacking up. So once it goes away, you can see there's like an extra damage on the end of it. I mean, it's only 66,000 per shot, but my build's not optimized for status effects because I haven't got the right specialization on, for one, and I don't have all the bits that I need, because you probably know me by now. I'm actually more of a DPS player than a skill or status effect build. But I do like the idea of what happens here. You know, just having that extra damage debuff on the targets. Really, if you're just literally doing all of your skills, you can pretty much get through quite fast. You know, it doesn't take long, especially if you've got good skill haste. You know, you could just keep going and going with it. But for me, it's a good must to have. Is it best in slot? I don't know. Apparently it works very well with the sticky bomb, which I'm going to show you now. Again, it's not optimized, this build, to like kind of be full or maxed out in any way at all. It's definitely not. So let me just... Lots of ghost bullets there. So let me just now show you the sticky bomb in action. Again, if you spec into the sticky bomb, I have seen people drop in like groups of people in the DZ with the sticky bomb instantly. So it's not like, for me, I don't really use sticky bombs that often. But again, if you like that status effect build, this is definitely one for you. Now, if you have enjoyed this video, do not forget to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button if you are new. We will be bringing you all of the newest PTS content, as well as the TU10 update content and raid content as it comes. And every single day while the PTS is on, we will be showcasing new parts or new items within the PTS. Thank you so much, guys. Take care, and I'll see you all in the next one. Let's go!